Hello students, welcome to Narayan College online classes. The previous episode, the last concept we completed, we'll get one of the formula for the gaseous phase of the first order reaction. You got the formula K is equal to 2.303 by T into log P initial by 2 Pi minus P total. What is the formula you got? What do you got me here? K is equal to 2.303 by T into log P initial by, you got this formula P initial by, you will got here 2 P naught minus P total formula you got. This is the formula you got. Otherwise, how can you write this formula? K is equal to, this you will write 2.303 by T into log P initial by P final you will write. Log P initial by, suppose you are taking A, that is a partial product of A. So these are the formulas we discussed in the previous episode. So based on this, they give one question. This is the NCERT question only. The following data were obtained during the first order, to the first order thermal decomposition of N2O5 at constant volume. Means N2O5 undergo thermal decomposition, it will form N2O4 plus O2. They give here some of the information, time and the total pressure. So at time 0 seconds, the total pressure is 0.5. At the time 100 seconds, the total pressure of the system is 0.512. What are the question here? Calculate the rate constant of the reaction. Calculate the rate constant of the reaction. So this is the question they given. So from this, what you can find here, we have to find out the rate constant of the reaction. What are the rate constant of the reaction? The rate constant of the reaction, you can find out K for the reaction. Let us take the equation we have. What are the equation is given? Answer I am writing here. 2N2O5 gives rise to, this is 2N2O4 plus O2. This is the chemical equation. So they given all are gases. This is the gas, this is the gas, this is the gas at T is equal to 0. At T is equal to 0, the initial concentration of N2O5, that is the pressure is given. How much here? This is 0 is initially at time T is equal to 0 we are taking here. So this is initially given here 0.5 atmosphere. So this is 0 and this is 0. At time T, at time T is equal, suppose you are taking at time T seconds, suppose you are taking. So what is the concentration changes here? So this is you can take as x, this is you are taking as 2x, this is taken as 0.5 minus 2x, 0.5 minus 2x. Clear? This is x here, how many moles we have? 2 moles, this is 2x. Here how many moles we have? 2x is there, you can subtract the value from this 0.5 minus 2x. So from this, what you can find out here, I want to find out here P total. How can you find out? You can add all this. So what here? 0.5 minus 2x plus 2x plus x here. Here 2x minus 2x cancel here. So P total, that is equal to, you will get here 0.5 plus x. 0.5 plus x. So what you will get here? So x is equal to, what you will get na? X is equal to, you will get P total minus 0.5. X equal to what ma? P total minus 0.5. You got one expression here. So what you are finding here? We have to find out the x value. Then what you can find, you can identify the x by using this P total. Okay. Now we see generally, if you see that time 0, the total pressure is given 0.5. At 100 degree, that at 100 seconds time, the total pressure is given how much? 0.512 second. So what is x you got? X equal to P total minus 0.5 you got. So you can substitute the value of x in this formula. Okay. Now here I want to find here 0.5 minus 2x, that is equal to 0.5 minus this is 2 into what is x ma? This is 2 into P total minus 0.5. P total minus 0.5. So this is what you will get here. This is 0.5. This is 2 into P total minus of minus here plus we have. This is 2 into this is 0.5 is given. Now here what is the value of P total is given in this equation you have to find. Clear? So this is 0.5, this is minus 2 into P total plus this is 1, then what you will get my here 1 0.5, 1.5 minus what here P total you got. Now what you are finding, this is not, this is we have taken this partial product of N2O5, that is 0.5 minus 2x, we are identifying this one, you got the formula 1.5 minus 2 into P total you got. Now we can see the second case, what is given at a time t is equal to 0, P total is equal to what? 0.5, 1, 2. At t is equal to 100 second, they given P total. So P total is equal to the given 0.512. 0.512. Now here P total is given 0.512. I want to substitute here. So this is partial pressure of N2O5 we have. This is 1.5 minus this is 2 into this is what 0.512. 1.5 can multiply, this is 4 and this is 2, this is 0, what you will get 1.024. So partial pressure of N2O5 is equal to 1.5 minus 1.024. So you will get 0.76 atmosphere. 0.476 atmosphere. So this is partial pressure of N2O5 at time t is equal to what? 100 seconds you got. Now what you can find out? You can find out the equilibrium constant or rate constant K. So K is equal to, this is what are the formula? This is 2.303 by T into log partial pressure of N2O5 initial, partial pressure of N2O5 initial by partial pressure of N2O5 at final. Initial final means what here at what is it here at t 0 degree 0 seconds at 100 degrees 100 seconds we will find. So K is equal to, this is 2.303 by what are the time you are taking 100 seconds into this is log initial, what are the total pressure you have 0.5, this is 0.5 and what is the pressure you got this one at 100 degree at 100 seconds you got 0.476. So this is 0.476. So K is equal to, this is 2.303 by 100 into, you can find this value log 0.5 by 0.476, you will get log 1.050. 1.050. So K is equal to, this is 2.303 by 100 into log 1.050 you will see, log 10 under 5 you will see, log 10 under 5, log 10 means what you will get here 0. You will get the value, this is 0.0211. 0.0211. So K is equal to, this is 2.303 into 0.0211 by 100 you will get. So if you do the calculation you will get here 0.000485 you will get. You will write this value in the form of 4.85 into this is 10 power minus 4.5 into 10 power minus 4. What is this? This is the rate constant for the reaction. Initial condition you are taking and the time at 100 seconds they will give, you are taking that one. From this first case you are finding x, by substituting this x in this partial pressure of N2O5 you will get one expression, that is 0.5 minus 2 into P total you got. So from this P total you are taking, this is 1.5 minus 2 P total you got, you can substitute at 100 seconds time at the total pressure how much given 0.512, that 0.512 substitution you will get 0.476, then you substitute the values in this formula. What you can say, what P initial by this is P initial of N2O5 by partial pressure of N2O5 at 100 seconds. What is the value got? 4.85 into 10 power minus 4. So this is the problem based on what? Gaseous first order reaction. See the next concept we have temperature dependence of rate of reaction. How the rate changes by change the temperatures. This temperature we already discussed in the factors affecting rate of reaction. How the rate of reaction is affected by change in the temperature. So generally if you increase the temperature, rate of reaction increases. Means what here, if you increase the temperature for every 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double or triple. This point already discussed at the factors affecting rate of the reaction. Clear? Means what here? Temperature increases, rate of reaction increases. Temperature decreases, rate of reaction decreases. How it is increased and how it is decreases? For every rise in 10 degrees Celsius temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double or tripled. Double or what? Triple. So this is regarding about rate of reaction and what relation between the temperature. So general I will write here, if temperature increases, rate of reaction increases. If temperature increases, rate of reaction increases. Suppose you can decrease the temperature. If temperature decreases, rate of reaction decreases. This is the common method. Clear? So generally, how we will say this temperature will increases the rate of reaction. Let us see one example here. I want to take a decomposition of N2O5. Decomposition of N2O5. So decomposition you can take here 2N2O5 gives rise to 2N2O4 plus O2. This is a decomposition of N2O5. This reaction can be carried at 50 degrees Celsius, at 25 degree Celsius, at 0 degree Celsius. At 0 degree Celsius. If the reaction can be carried out at 50 degrees Celsius, the reaction is completed in 12 minutes. How much time it will take? It will complete in 12 minutes of the time. If the reaction can be carried at 25 degrees Celsius, the reaction can be completed in 5 hours. 5 hours. If the reaction can be carried out 0 degrees Celsius, it will take how much time? Means here 10 days time you are taking. Clear? So at 50 degrees Celsius, reaction completed in 12 minutes. At 25 degrees Celsius, reaction complete to take how much time? 5 hours. At 0 degrees Celsius, the reaction to complete how much time it will take? It will take 10 days. Means what here? If the temperature decreases, rate of reaction decreases. I wrote here. Temperature decreases, rate of reaction decreases. If the temperature increases 0 to 25, 25 to 50, then increases, what happens here? Rate of reaction is what? Increases. This is one of the example. So decomposition of N2O5 at different temperatures you are observing. At different temperature, if the temperature increases, the decomposition rate of reaction will be completed in a faster reaction. That means it will take very little time. So if the reaction can be carried at a very low temperature, the reaction does not complete it. It will take hours, days, like that. Okay, and we'll see one more example here. Generally, in the second PU, we want to do the titration with potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate versus oxalic acid. We are doing the titration in presence of acidic medium. Acidic medium we are doing. So we will get here Mn plus 2 and CO2 plus H2. This is the skeletal equation I wrote here. So this is what acid means. This is oxalic acid. Oxalic acid. In the second PUC, we have titration is there. In this titration, we want to identify the potassium permanganate molarity by using oxalic acid, and the reaction can be carried out in acidic medium. Oxalic acid we are taking in a conical flask. Potassium permanganate solution we are taking in a burette. We will start the titration. Before start the titration, we want to just heat this flask contains oxalic acid. You want to heat some 5 to 10 minutes. Then what happens means here the oxalic acid temperature increases. Then what you will do after heating, you can take out the conical flask and you will start the titration. So titration, already told you, KMnO4 is coming down from the burette and you are doing the conical flask titration here. Then what happened here? The reaction will be completed. Means what here? The color of the potassium permanganate is decolorized when it is reaction with what? Oxalic acid. Means what here? If you want to increase the temperature, the titration will be completed within a few minutes. Suppose you are not heating the oxalic acid, okay, the conical flask with oxalic acid, suppose you are not heated, then what happened means here the reaction is not completed in a less time. It will take more time. Okay, what happened here? More consumption of the KMnO4 will be takes place, and there is no sudden change in the color of the potassium permanganate solution. Generally, we are getting end point. What is the end point? The point at which the reaction completed, but we are not getting the end point, okay, because of which one? If you are maintaining at a room temperature, means what? Temperature increases, the titration will be complete in the fraction of minutes, then you will get easily the identification of the molarity of the KMnO4 is very easy. Clear? If you are not using hot oxalic acid, means if you are using the oxalic acid at the room temperature, the reaction does not complete it easily. It will take a long time for the completion of the reaction. So by seeing this example, what I want to say, if the temperature increases, rate of reaction is what? Increases. Okay? Temperature increase, what? Rate of reaction is what? So generally, how we can write this a definition of this temperature are related to the temperature concept. For every rise in 10 degrees Celsius, we are increasing temperature 10 degrees Celsius, some 20 degrees Celsius, some 30 degrees Celsius, 40, 50 like that. For every rise in 10 degrees Celsius temperature, the rate of reaction becomes what? Double or triple. Okay, I will write this point. For every rise in 10 degrees Celsius temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double or triple. This is very, very important point. So generally we will say that the rate of reaction increase by increased temperature, but how it is increased means like this we can write. For every rise in 10 degrees Celsius temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double or triple. So why this rate of reaction becomes double or triple means generally this concept is there. We have to consider the kinetic energy of the molecules. So generally, what is the relation between this kinetic energy and temperature means, you know, kinetic energy Ke is equal to generally 3 by 2 into R into T. What is the here relation? Kinetic energy directly proportional to what? Temperature. So temperature increases, kinetic energy of the molecules is what? Increases, thereby what here? Rate of reaction is increases. Okay, so from this I will write here, temperature increases, kinetic energy of the molecule increases, thereby what happened? Rate of reaction increases. Rate of reaction is what? Increases. So kinetic energy means energy possessed by the maximum number of the molecules is there. Whenever you can increase the temperature, the majority of the molecules having high kinetic energy, so those molecules easily convert into the products only. So thereby what happened? The rate of reaction is what? Increases. We will discuss again this concept. Clear? Kinetic energy directly proportional to what? Temperature. Temperature increases, kinetic energy increases, thereby what? Rate of reaction is what? Increases. Clear? Now we will see one more concept on this temperature. So generally we have one formula is there, that is a temperature coefficient. Okay, so what is this temperature coefficient means? It is the ratio of rate of reactions, rates of the reactions which are differ by 10 degrees Celsius temperature. It is the ratio of rates of the reactions which are differ by 10 degrees Celsius temperature is called as what? What you are calling? Temperature coefficient. I will write the definition later. Okay, this is a temperature coefficient, that is equal to Kt plus 10 degrees Celsius by Kt. The value of this one, value of temperature coefficient is between how much 2 to 3. How much here? 2 to 3. So just I will write the definition of this temperature coefficient. It is the ratio of the ratio of the reaction rates of two temperature, reaction rates of two temperatures differ by how much ma 10 degrees Celsius. Differ by 10 degrees Celsius. Its value lies between what here 2 to 3. So this is regarding about temperature coefficient of the reaction. So generally this temperature dependence of rate of reaction is given in the terms of Arrhenius, that we are calling as Arrhenius equation. We will discuss that one. Now we will see here the temperature dependence of rate of reaction can be explained by Arrhenius in the form of one equation. That equation we are calling as a Arrhenius equation. Clear? I will write this one. Temperature dependence of rate of reaction can be explained by Arrhenius equation. Okay, Arrhenius studied the temperature dependence of the rate of reaction. He gave one expression for this equation. Okay, what equation that is? Arrhenius equation. What is Arrhenius equation? Means here K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. So this equation what we are calling? This equation we are calling as Arrhenius equation only. So what is K here? K is called as a rate constant. You know rate constant. A is what here? Arrhenius factor, or you can say frequency factor. So here what here? Exponential. Here e power EA by RT. What is EA? Means activation energy. What is R? Gas constant. What is T? Temperature. Okay, sometimes in the board exam they are asking write the Arrhenius equation, express the terms involved it. What expression you will write? You will write K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. I will write here what is K? K is equal to a rate constant. K is equal to what ma? Rate constant. A is equal to Arrhenius factor. A is equal to Arrhenius factor here. So E is equal to activation energy. Activation energy. Here R is equal to gas constant and T is equal to temperature. T is equal to what? My temperature. K is rate constant, A is equal to Arrhenius factor, or you will say what here? Frequency factor also will say, and K EA is equal to activation energy, R is equal to gas constant, T is equal to temperature. We will discuss later regarding about this term EA. What is EA? Activation energy. We will discuss that term later. Okay, so generally activation energy we have to calculate in the form of which one here? Joule per mole. You know R value in the form of joule per mole, you know 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin. Generally R we can use in this formula 8.314. T is equal to what here? Temperature. T is equal to what here? Temperature. Okay. So Arrhenius factor I told here, or exponential factor also can write. So this is regarding about which one ma? Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation. So from this Arrhenius equation, how this temperature will changes this rate of reaction. Clear? So I will write this one. Or again equation here, K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. E power minus EA by RT. So from this I will write here, if K increases, or you can say if temperature increases, rate constant K increases, then what happened means here rate of reaction increases. Rate of reaction is what? Increases. If temperature increases, what happen here? Temperature increases, rate constant increases, thereby what happen? Rate of reaction is what? Increases. So you know this rate expression generally, rate of reaction, how can I write here? Rate of reaction is equal to K into some concentration of a whole power X. Rate of reaction increase, then what happen here? K increases. Generally how the rate of reaction increases? Temperature increases, here what? rate of reaction increase, rate of reaction increase, what happen here? Rate constant also what? Increases only. Clear? So from this I will write here rate of reaction increases, then what happen? Rate constant increases, or what here? Temperature increases. So this is the expression what we are calling. This is the Arrhenius equation expression. From this Arrhenius equation I want to say, if the rate constant increases, temperature increases, then finally what happened? Rate of reaction is what? Increases. We will discuss later regarding about this Arrhenius equation at constant temperature, Arrhenius equation at the different temperature, graph for the Arrhenius equation and all we will discuss in the next concept. Let us see this equation. Just I took example H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. So these are, you know, these are the reactants and these are what? Products. So when the chemical reaction takes place, you know, generally reactant molecules are converted into products. So reactant molecules are not directly converted into products. Reactant molecule first form a complex, and that complex can be break to convert into products. So this is not complete in a single step. Clear? How it is takes place, just I want to explain here. How many reactant molecules we have? Two reactant molecules are there. One is H2 and one is I2. I will take this one H, and here H is there. It is combined with I2, that is I, and I am writing. So this is gives rise to, this is H and this is I, and this is H and this is I. Okay, so this is what here, this is an intermediate. This is what so H2 and I2 first combine to form an intermediate. That intermediate can dissociate to give what here? HI plus HI. So if you want to see, you can write it in brackets 2 HI molecules. Clear? So here reactant molecules are there H2, that is I will write in the form of H and H, I2 I write it in the form of I and I, and both are combined to form an intermediate. So this intermediate is a unstable intermediate. Unstable intermediate, and the intermediate can break to give what here? Products are given. So generally the formation of the products mainly depends on the collisions between the reactant molecules. So this concept is there again, collision theory. Just I am telling 2 or 3 points regarding about the collision theory. Reactant molecules are converted into products. Okay, before that reactant molecules will undergo some collisions. If the reactant molecules are undergo proper orientation or the proper collisions, so or we will say effective collisions, then only the reactant molecules can form products. If the reactant molecules suppose undergo ineffective collisions, the reactant molecules are not form products. Clear? Both collisions will be takes place. Effective collisions are there, ineffective collisions are there. Effective collisions leads to the product, ineffective collision does not lead to the product. Clear? Means if the reactant molecules start reacting to each other, they undergo some collisions. There are 2 types of the collisions I told. One is effective collisions, one is what? Ineffective collision. In effective collisions, the reactant molecules are come close to each other, they will form the product. In ineffective collisions, the reactant molecules are not collide with each other, so they does not form the product. That is main concept is there. That is in the we discussed again in that collision theory. Okay, let us see here. Here, what are the example I took here? H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. So this H and HI convert, H2 and I2 will combine to form an unstable cluster complex, and this is a highly unstable complex. So those we are converted into what here? Products only. So here the intermediate is formed here. The intermediate lifespan is very small. The lifespan of intermediate is what? Very small. So these intermediate complex exist for very short time. So within very short time, the unstable intermediate complex may be converted into the product or may be converted into the reactant. When it is converted into product means if they undergo effective collisions or if they undergo proper orientations. If they does not undergo proper orientations, they may be converted into what here? reactant molecules. So from this example, what I want to say here, according to Arrhenius theory, generally the reaction takes place between H2 and what I2. So H2 and I2 will combine to form what? Intermediate, that is unstable intermediate complex. So this exists for very short time. It is exist for very short time. Means what here? The lifespan of intermediate is very small. Lifespan of intermediate is very small. So then what happened here? It breaks to convert into what products. So intermediate breaks up to form product. So this I want to show in the form of one of the diagram. I want to take here potential energy versus reaction coordinate. This is a reaction coordinate. Okay, this here I am taking here potential energy. Potential energy versus what here? Reaction coordinate. So reactant molecules you are taking, how the reactant molecules are converted to product. Before that, what exists here? An intermediate exists. Clear? I want to take here reactant molecules are there. So these reactant molecules are converted into products. So these are the reactants. So this is the reactant and this is what here? Product. So what are the reactants are there here? Reactants we are taking what here? H2 and I2, and what is the product is formed in this reaction? This is a 2HA is the reactant formed in this reaction. Now we will see this is a complex. Okay, so this we are calling as this is a unstable intermediate complex. This unstable intermediate complex is there, na? Unstable intermediate complex is there. So this unstable intermediate we'll say here intermediate complex. So this complex we have to call as a activated complex. What complex activated complex. So here at this peak what complex is there? So this is a activated complex is there. What complex activated complex. If the reactant molecules are converted into products, before what exists here? Activated complex exists only. So this activated complex is a highly unstable complex. The lifespan of this activated complex is very small. It maybe breaks down into the products. Okay, when it is possible, I told, when it is possible means if the reactant molecules suppose undergo proper effective collisions or proper orientations, then that unstable intermediate complex breaks down into, they will give what here? Products. Clear? Now here from this graph I want to tell here some of the points to you. So here the energy required to form a activated complex is called as activation energy. What is activation energy? The energy required to form an activated complex is called what? Activation energy. So here I want to draw one line here. Okay, so this we are calling as what here? This we are calling as EA. Okay, and this we are calling as what? Activation energy. Activation energy. So activation energy we have to write in the form of EA. Clear? So the energy required to form an activated complex is called as activation energy. So this is the activation energy for this reaction. Clear? Now here we have to know one more term also, that is threshold energy. What that is? Threshold energy. One is what I told here. One I wrote here, first one I wrote here activation energy, and the second one I'll write here threshold energy. Threshold energy. So what is this threshold energy means here? The minimum energy possessed by the reactant molecules to participate in a chemical reaction. That energy we are calling as what? That energy what we are calling? Threshold energy. Minimum energy required for the reactant molecules to participate in a chemical reaction is called as threshold energy. What is activation energy means? I already told you, the energy required to form an activated complex. Or otherwise, how can I write here? The minimum additional amount of energy possessed by the reactant molecules. the minimum additional amount of energy possessed by the reactant molecule to participate in the chemical reaction to convert the reactant molecules into products, that we are calling as what? Activation energy. Two energies I told. What is the first one? Activation energy. One more what here? Threshold energy. Okay. So now here I already assigned here what is the activation energy. Now we will see here I want to take the difference in the energies of the reactants and the products. Energies of the reactants and what? Products. So this I want to take here. This is delta H shown. This is what we here delta H. So here what here? Enthalpy of the reactants minus enthalpy of the products is there. So this delta H mainly depends on the nature of the reactants and the products. Nature of the reactants and what here? Products. So generally delta H, two types are there. One is exothermic reaction, one is what here? Endothermic reaction is there. So if the exothermic reaction is there, so suppose if we are taking here exothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, what you will get delta H is negative, endothermic reaction is there. So endothermic reaction, what you will get? Delta H is equal to positive. So negative in the sense what here? Energy is released. Energy released during the reaction. So positive means what? Energy absorbed during the reaction. So delta H may be positive or negative depending upon the nature of the reaction. Mainly the delta H value mainly depends on the nature of the reactants and the products we are telling. Delta H mainly depends on nature of the reactants and products. Now let us see the graph once again. Reactant molecules are converted into products. Meanwhile, it will form a unstable complex. That unstable complex we are calling as activated complex. The lifespan of activated complex is very small. It may be break down to form a products. Clear? Now here, what is the term activation energy? The energy is required to form an activated complex is called as activation energy. The energy required to form an activated complex is called activation energy. I wrote this definition. Or otherwise, the minimum additional amount of external energy. The minimum additional amount of the external energy needed to convert the reactant into product. Minimum additional amount of external energy needed to convert reactant into product, that is also called as activation energy. Clear? Now you will see here delta H, I have told you difference in the energies of the both the reactants and the product. It mainly depends on the delta H of the reaction. And one more term is there, that is threshold energy. Okay, so this difference you can see from here activated complex to this reaction coordinates difference is there. This is called as what? Threshold energy. This we are calling as T. Okay, what is threshold energy? You can see the minimum energy needed to convert reactant into product molecules. The minimum energy needed to reactant molecules are converted into product is called as threshold energy. Or you will see one more definition: the minimum energy possessed by the reactant molecules to participate in a chemical reaction. The minimum energy possessed by the reactant molecules to participate in a chemical reaction is called as threshold energy. General, how you will define this normally threshold energy? Suppose you can participate in a competition, or you can suppose you are participating in a running competition. So for this they will separate age groups. Suppose 15 years age group, 16, 17 like that they will separate. Means you want to participate in that running competition, the age already fixed. The age already fixed. Suppose some 17 years fixed or 16 years fixed. Now that is the main requirement to participate in the running competition. Okay, whenever you can participate in the running competition, after some time what happened here? After some time you lose your energy. Okay, suppose if you are taking any energy drinks, if you are taking energy drinks, then what happened here? You can participate in the running competition very fast, because initially you lost your energy. When you can took the energy, then what happened here? Your fast will be increases. Means what here? If you are easily reach the goal. So to easily reach the goal, what is required? Some external energy is required. That energy we are calling as what? Activation energy. Means to activate your body, you are taking some energy from the outside. That is external energy. If you want to take that energy, then only you can get the winner. If you are not taking external energy, then what happened here? Your levels will be what? Decreases or not? So there your energy levels will be decreases. So there is no chance to get the prize in the competition. So for additional amount you are taking from the outside, that is called activated complex, already have some energy is there. That is called as what? Threshold energy. Okay, so this can differ easily by threshold energy and what? Activation energy. Very important here. So the reactant molecules to form an unstable cluster complex, that you are calling as activated complex. That activated complex is lifespan is very small. From this we can observe 2 points here, 2 definitions. One is activation energy, one is what here? Threshold energy. So this is the activation energy definition, this is what here? Threshold energy definition. Now from this you will get one of the relation. Now we will see one more here. This difference is there, na? So this difference from reactant to this reaction coordinate, that is what? Normal energy of the reactant molecules, or we will say normal kinetic energy of the reactant molecules. So from this we will say here we want to get the formula for the activation energy. Let us see what is the formula for the activation energy. I will write. So activation energy denoted by what here? EA. I will write here activation energy EA is equal to activation energy EA is equal to, you will get one of the formula activation energy. I will let simply EA. What is EA? Activation energy. Activation energy EA is equal to threshold energy. Threshold energy minus potential energy of the reactants, minus potential energy of the reactants, or normal kinetic energy of the reactant molecule, or you can say average kinetic energy, average kinetic energy of the reactant molecules. So from this I will write here activation energy EA is equal to threshold energy minus potential energies of the reactants, or we will say what here? Average kinetic energy of the reactants. So we are taking this formula, EA is equal to threshold energy minus potential energy. We are taking threshold energy minus what? Potential energy of the reactant molecules. So from this we will write threshold energy. Threshold energy is equal to activation energy plus this is potential energy of the reactant molecules. So these are the relation between what? Activation energy, threshold energy, and the potential energy of the reactant molecules. See the next concept here, Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curves at different temperatures you are taking. So generally I want to draw one graph for this one. Velocities we have to observe here, fraction of the molecules versus kinetic energy, fraction of molecules versus kinetic energy. Okay, already the concept is there in the first view. Just I want to recall here the concept here. Let's say I want to draw one graph here. Okay, you see this point at this point. This is the maxima curve of the point only. So this point at what here? The velocity possessed by the maximum number of the molecules. Okay, here the velocity is maximum, that is velocity possessed by the maximum number of the molecule, that we are calling as what? Most probable velocity. This point we are calling as what? This we are calling as most probable velocity. Okay, if we take the gas molecules suppose you are taking, so in the container some gas molecules are there. All gas molecules does not having same kinetic energy. So different gas molecules having different kinetic energy only. If you take here one container, we have gas molecules are there. So these are the gas molecules are there. All the molecules are not having same kinetic energy. All the molecules do not have same kinetic energy. Okay, so the kinetic energy possessed by the maximum number of molecules. So among those few molecules having highest kinetic energy, that we are calling as what? Most probable velocity. Most probable velocity means what here? all the reactant molecule do not have same kinetic energy, so it is difficult to predict the behavior of difficult to predict the behavior of the all the gaseous molecules. So how can you predict this behavior of the all gas molecule? Means we want to take here fraction of the molecules. Fraction of the molecules, we are taking the kinetic energy. From that we have to identify the some few fraction of the molecules at different temperatures. At suppose I am taking at T temperature, how many molecules are there? At T plus 10 degrees Celsius, how many molecules are there? For that we have to identify what here? How many fraction of molecules? Okay, the fraction of molecules, suppose at T degrees Celsius how many are there? At T plus 10 degrees Celsius how much is there? From that fraction of molecules we will identify the rate of the reaction. Okay, so the behavior of the gas molecules for the behavior of the large number of gas molecules can be explained in terms of which one? Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curves only. So before I took here kinetic energy. So kinetic energy we are finding one of the definition, that is what? Most probable velocity. Velocity possessed by the maximum number of the molecules. All the gas molecules do not having same energy. Okay, if you want to identify the all gas molecule behavior, it is difficult. So we have to identify some fraction of the molecules that can be explained in terms of which one? Maxwell-Boltzmann what here? Distribution curves. And now we'll see here Maxwell-Boltzmann draw the curves by taking a fraction of the molecules versus kinetic energy. So here what is Ne? Ne is the number of molecules with energy E. Nt is the total number of the molecules. Total number of the molecules. The graph is drawn between fraction of the molecule, that is Ne by Nt versus Ke. So this Ne by Nt what you are calling? This you are calling as what? Fraction of molecules, that is Ne by Nt versus what here? Kinetic energy they are taking. So this is the graph we have, Ne by Nt versus what here? Kinetic energy. So here we want to identify the fraction of the molecules. How we can identify the fraction of the molecule from this graph? Means here we are taking already Ne by Nt and we are taking here kinetic energy. So we want to identify the area. In that graph, whenever the area increases, at the different temperatures, at the T degree Celsius temperature or T plus 10 degree Celsius temperature, we want to observe that okay, area from this graph. So here I want to draw the graph versus which one? Fraction of molecules versus which one here? Temperature I have to take, kinetic energy. Let us see the graph here. Okay, so here I want to draw one graph here. Clear? So this is the graph at some T degree Celsius temperature. T degree Celsius temperature. So at this point you will say this, I want to take a point. This is, you can say this is threshold energy, you will say. Now from this I want to just giving this curve position here. So this is what here? This is the area. This area contains this number of fraction of the molecules. At what temperature? At T degree Celsius temperature. So this is what here? This is the maximum of the curve only. This is the maximum of the curve. You know the maximum of the curve, what I told here, most probable velocity. The velocity possessed by the maximum number of molecules. Then it is decreased like this. So this at this point, this much of the fraction of the molecules are there. So this is what here? This is the area. Okay, area is equal to fraction of the molecules here. This is what here? Number of molecules at T temperature. What here? This is what fraction of number of molecules at what temperature? At T temperature I want to take. Fraction of molecules. Okay, this is at T temperature. Now I want to increase the temperature of this reaction by some 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, I want to draw this at the graph I am getting here. So this is the curve I am getting here. So this is at what means here? This is a T plus some 10 degrees Celsius temperature. T plus what? Some 10 degrees Celsius temperature you can take. Now just I want to increase the graph like this. Now we will see this area. Now you will see this area. The area is what increase or not? This is the area of the molecules at what temperature here? This is at T plus 10 degrees Celsius temperature. This is at what? This is at what? T plus some 10 degrees Celsius. This is at what? This is T plus 10 degrees Celsius. This is at what degree Celsius? T degree Celsius. Then what I want to say, one point on this one, if the temperature increases, the area of the molecule increases or decreases. At a T degree Celsius, this much area is there. At T plus 10 degree Celsius, the area is what? Increases. Area is what here? Increases. From this what you can say, if the temperature increases, generally what we want to say, the rate of reaction is what? Increases. Rate of reaction is what? Increases. So this is regarding about this one, Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curves. Clear? Let us see some of the points regarding about this Maxwell distribution curves. I already told you this formula. Kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 into R into T. You see the kinetic energy versus temperature. Kinetic energy directly proportional to temperature. So here kinetic energy directly proportional to what? Temperature. If the kinetic and temperature increases, kinetic energy of the molecules is what increases, thereby rate of reaction increases. So this is the temperature T, we are observing the kinetic energy. At this temperature only few fraction of the molecules, this is the area of the fraction of the molecules at temperature T. Then the temperature increases by T plus 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, temperature increases. Then what happened? Kinetic energy of the molecule is what here? Increases. Okay, so kinetic energy of the molecule is increased. Then what happened? Rate of reaction is what? Increases. So this area will see area of the fraction of the molecules at T plus 10 degrees Celsius. So this is what here? This is the energy of activation that we are calling as activation energy. Activation energy. So from this we will see some of the points here. Increase the temperature of the substance, fraction of the molecule which collides with energy is greater than the activation energy. If the temperature increases, the fraction of molecules what collides with energy is greater than activation energy. I already told you reactant molecules undergo some of the collisions. They will collide with each other. So in these collides, what will happen here? The energies which are greater than what? Activation energy. Next point you will see. From the diagram you see, from the diagram curve at T plus 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, you already that. The area showing the fraction of the molecules having energy equal or greater than activation energy. Okay, this fraction of molecules see here, the energy equal or maybe greater than the activation. This is the activation energy. So this we can say it is greater than this one. This is what? Less than you are saying. So from this point what you can say, the area showing the fraction of the molecules having energy equal or greater than the activation energy, that gets double. Whenever the activation energy become what here? Double, then leading to the doubling the rate of reaction. When it is possible? When the temperature increases by some 10 degrees Celsius. If the temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius, then what happened? The rate of reaction becomes double or triple. Now we can see in Arrhenius equation, you know this power e power minus Ca by RT, which correspond to what? Fraction of the molecule that having kinetic energy greater than the activation energy. You know this expression K is equal to A into e power minus A by RT. It is exponential power is there. That exponential power correspond to which molecule? Fraction of a molecules, the kinetic energy greater than what? Activation. So this is regarding about which one? Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curves. So this is entire concept related to which one? Temperature dependence of the rate of the reaction. Two theories we discussed. One is Arrhenius theory. One is the curves of which one? Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curves.